when we signed Florian Wirtz, I heard so many people saying, what's going to happen to Dominic Szoboszlai now? Is he going to get games? Is he going to start? We have Macca and Gravenberch there who can play in the holding mid positions. But I think that game yesterday against Bilbao, when we played our best football, Dominic Szoboszlai was running things in the middle of that pitch, especially I think in that kind of holding position as a number 8. I think that's his best role, because he is a complete midfielder, and I think he brings so much more than what we think about in the final third, which I don't even think are his best attributes. His stamina, his ability on the ball, his passing range, so much of that we'll get to see the best out of, I think, when he's in a holding mid position. And with the amount of games that we're going to have anyways next season, you want quality in positions. It's not like we have 3 players in every position. Here we're talking about 4 midfielders. We're going to need a little bit of rotation. We saw last season, without that bit of depth, we ran Gravenberch to the ground. Yesterday, he looked fresh again. He looks like one of the best sixes, one of the best, defensive mids in the world when you're a possession-controlling team. But having those options, my goodness, when I saw that team yesterday, and I saw the pace at which we can play. It's only the very start, but it was the signs that this can be a Liverpool machine 2.0. Truly, this is Liverpool elevating to another level, and that's what I think truly we've been able to do with a lot of our summer signings. This transfer window is finding players who will elevate our team, not trying to sign quantity, but really quality that somehow can continue to improve a Premier League winning team, and that's what you've done when you look at the personnel that's come in. But to come back to Dominic Szoboszlai, I think we should feel so blessed that we have someone like him, because when he plays like that, like he did, and I believe he will continue to do that because he's incredibly consistent, he can just run non-stop. And with the way we attack, sometimes other teams will have counter-attacking opportunities. He's so good at breaking up that play too. With the way Slot plays, I don't think we're going to have a destroyer-type defensive mid ever again, at least with the way we currently play. We're not going to have a Fabinho-type player because he's going to want players, with the way we keep possession now, to be extremely good on the ball. But that's where I think Dominic Szoboszlai is very important because, again, I look at the defensive shift he can put in as well. He is someone that's going to track back. He's someone that's going to, win the ball back for you. And I really do see him as this, complete midfielder. And I don't like the comparisons with Stevie G because I just think that's unnecessary pressure to put on a player. Just already people it's kind of a joke, but people saying Rio, Yamal, this and that. But where I see the similarities is I often will look at certain games and I just feel like Sobo's all over the pitch. And I think more so in that kind of controlling mid position rather than kind of the 10 where, yes, he definitely, did well last season, but I think Florian Wirtz is more suited for that role. I think Slot will give him the keys to have that free roam, 10 position for him. And that's one of the reasons he even said in an interview yesterday, one of the reasons he did decide to join Liverpool, because he had many other big offers, was because of Arne Slot and how he had a really clear plan for him in the team. And I bet he would have told, Wirtz, you come to Liverpool Football Club and you're going to be the centerpiece of what I'm developing into the best team in the world, and to be the centerpiece of that is extremely exciting, I'm talking about in the center of the pitch, but looking at that performance yesterday, I am just so hyped, you guys, about that midfield. I still think we need one or two, potentially one or two center backs, and Kostas will leave. So I do think, and Quant's already left, so we will strengthen there. But when I look at those midfield options, I'm just like, wow. And even Trey Agnoni, there was a report just now from Paul Joyce saying that he's gonna be permanently now part of the senior team since Tyler Morton left. So Tyler Morton officially completed a £15 million move to Lyon into France, and you can tell. Slot really seems to trust Agnoni. He played him a lot this preseason. He actually played center back yesterday and did well. So I think Trey Agnoni is going to have more of a role this season, be a real squad player, definitely play in the domestic cups, but he's someone who seemingly can fit in to different positions, and we want that kind of for more squad depth. And he's another really promising youngster on top of it. I think for me, Agnoni was the other one apart from Rio that impressed me the most during this preseason tour. But yeah, those midfield options, you guys, are just phenomenal. But I specifically wanted to highlight Dom not just because of his performance last night, but I also felt like last season he went under. Too many people criticized him. Kind of like too many people are criticizing Gakpo right now, where like for reasons that I just don't understand. Because Dom, for example, last season, too many people were saying he's not getting enough GA in the final third, this and that, but he just brought so much to the team where, yes, maybe if we're really struggling for GA, I would be thinking that, but we weren't at the time. You know, we have goal scorers in our team, and like I said, he is such a crucial part of this team to dictate the tempo, I think, and to set the tempo. And I think back to, for example, the City game at home last season where he was just an absolute machine the whole time, you know, and that's what we know he's capable of, you know. But yeah, it's got me so freaking excited for this coming season, you guys. And I think that was just like a little taste of the just how good the team can be this season, you know, when we're going to be at our scintillating best, which I back Slot to be able to find, you know, that rhythm for this team. But guys, let me know if you agree, if you also think Dom is a crucial part of this team, and that with the amount of games, we don't have to be worried about having not worried, but complaining or asking these questions, because this is the best luxury for Anisla, to have quality depth in crucial positions. That's what we want if we want to win the biggest trophies and compete for the biggest trophies, you know? So I just wanted to give a shout out today for Dominic Szoboszlai, because he's a player that I feel goes under the radar, and therefore it's important sometimes to talk about those players, because they're not players who I think sometimes get enough plaudits because they're not getting that winning goal or maybe that beautiful assist, but you have to recognize what they bring overall, you know, to the whole picture. But anyways, you guys, that is it for the daily video. I hope you guys are enjoying these. Thank you, everybody, for your support, and I will continue to do this, and I will continue even more so when the season starts, because the buzz is just higher than ever. So, ciao, guys. Have a beautiful rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow. Ciao, guys.